Hello Taurus, and welcome to your August 2021 mid-month check-in. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising for a more generalized, well-rounded perspective. And if you're interested in something that's a bit more personalized to you and your situation, be sure to check out the description box for links to my website and Etsy shop. Other than that, let's go ahead and begin. The first card that I am pulling for you is Inner Trust, really focusing on trusting and embracing your inner knowing, trusting and embracing that connection that you have, what you see, what you've known, the messages that you have received, the channeling that you have participated in, the lucid dreaming messages, the messages that you received in meditation, the communication that you received through signs and symbols and symbology, whatever the case may be. When you came across or came up into these whatever messages or whatever means the messages came through, however you connected, trust it. Trust that when you saw or heard whatever it is that you saw and heard, and you knew deep down within yourself, that means something. That's significant somehow. This is a symbol, sign, or message. It's true. You are not making it up. And then really honing that, really getting to the point where you trust that. When you recognize that a truth comes across your path, it has a different vibration and it has a different frequency, you can tell. You can tell when you see a particular symbol or a particular sign, and you may have seen it other times and it meant nothing, but that one time you see it, it means something because of the frequency or vibration that you noticed when you noticed it. And get to the point where you trust. You trust when something within you, with your higher self within you, rises to your consciousness and tells you that that's significant. Take note of that. Listen to this message. Receive what is meant to be received. Really getting to the point where you recognize and trust this. This is something that you are going to come across as you enter into the middle of August and kind of flow through the rest of August. Because essentially, awakening is happening again and again all over. People are becoming more and more aware of their gifts that they may have dismissed or may have maybe just not recognized or maybe not accepted before. But they're occurring more frequently to the point where it's almost impossible to ignore. And this is sort of a situation or the experience that you're having. You have come to the point where this is happening often enough that you can't ignore it. You can't dismiss it. You have taken a mental note that you are receiving messages and signs in some way, shape, or form. You're being guided in some way, shape, or form. And you're basically being told that you need to trust this knowing. You recognize when something is divine or divinely given, and really getting to the point where you start to trust yourself and trust this aspect of knowing that you are experiencing. Three of Cups, I feel like this is coming in with a message of connecting with family for some reason. So I don't know if there's a celebration coming up or an event of some sort, but connecting with family. Also an overall sense of family, meaning also like this is not a favorite term of mine, but recognizing your tribe and being able to connect with your tribe and what that means for you as far as a personalized community, something that allows you to recognize aspects of yourself that you're awakening to, and recognizing aspects of yourself that you are hoping to open up. So there's some subconscious stuff that's beginning to rise into your consciousness. You're awakening to it, and it's extending or allowing you to extend your reach, or giving you opportunity to reach out to extend your family. And that might not mean just personal family. It can also mean like extended family from a tribal sense or from an ancestor blood connection or something along that line. But I feel like this is kind of bringing in a connection that's going to nurture and feed. Like these come hand in hand in some aspect. So it might even be spiritual family, maybe a coven, maybe an online sense of coven or community, but celebrating and recognizing this connection that you have that is potentially blood related as well as spiritual, and those two may be intertwined. Six of Cups, and I feel like this is really connecting again with that blood connection, connecting with that knowing that you have and you're experiencing, but also connecting with how it tethers or ties you with some ancestor work. Six of Cups usually has to do with nostalgic or remembering times that were, but I feel like this is times that were that reaches beyond the current lifespan. We're talking ancient time. We're talking about not just past lives in a typical sense, but just past life as far as your soul and its wholeness, as far as its existence that is beyond the present, beyond life here on earth. There's just this awakening and this connection that you are recognizing and you're experiencing, and it ties in with that message and that inner knowing that you have been coming up against or you've been experiencing, and that connection that I was talking about, that the Three of Cups, as far as coming together connection. It's just an overall sense of, like I said, it's a sense of nostalgia or remembering or reminiscing, but it's beyond life, this lifespan, but it's also beyond any past life. It has to do with like a spirit family sort of connection. Four of Pentacles, I feel like this is kind of tapping into that concept of stability. So I feel like this is leading towards connection that's going to allow you feel more rooted in your knowing, more rooted in your spiritual connection, and as a result of it, more rooted in that spiritual family bloodline that I was talking about. There's a sense of security that's kind of comes with that, but it's not financial or economic. It's beyond that. And again, if we're tapping in, like I said, with the Six of Cups, if we're tapping into something that's beyond the scope of lifespan, including even past lives, and we're really just tapping into the spiritual realm and the spiritual life and the spiritual connections and the spiritual family. And when I say spiritual family, I mean your soul family, not spiritual family as in just a community that you connect with and things vibe. I'm talking about your soul and your soul's family. Your soul and your soul's mother and your soul's father and your soul's descendants, however that plays a part. That's what I'm talking about. And that stability I'm talking about connects with that in some facets. So really connecting with that sense of stability that comes when you have that surrounding. So there's a bit of ancestor work, but whenever we think of ancestor work, I think a lot of people usually envision working with people they have known in this lifetime, and that have transitioned, and connecting with them. And even maybe the tertiary connection, in that you may have known your grandparents per se, but you don't know your great-grandparents, but because of your grandparents you've seen pictures, you've heard stories of your great-grandparents. But I'm talking further back than that. I'm talking about people who are of your soul family that may not have been reflected in this particular lifespan, that you may not have a physical, tangible connection with, but your soul still has a connection. This is the sort of connection that I'm talking about. This is the sort of connection that I feel is coming up as far as the Three of Cups and coming together is concerned. This is the sort of connection I think is being represented in the Six of Cups, about being reminiscent about a past, but it's a past that is beyond lifespans of any kind. This is the sort of grounding that I am tapping into. So essentially, I feel like there is ancestor work, but they're telling you to think outside the box from what is traditionally kind of thrown around out there when you are watching most influencers' channels regarding ancestor work. I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about just connecting with parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, aunts, uncles, friends, or family that are loved ones. And I'm not talking about connecting from a perspective of we are all one. I'm talking about connecting from a perspective that we are not all one, and that your soul always remains an individual soul, no matter when you are in this life or you are transitioned into the other world, and therefore your soul family that exists in the other other realm is individual from other souls' families, and that's who you're supposed to be connecting with. So hopefully that makes sense. We have door, and this is coming in strong as far as opening the door to your psyche, opening your door to your family, opening your door to your connection. There's something about you, there's something that you have as far as your connection is concerned that can not only help you and your ancestor soul tribe, but can help other people who are part of your ancestor soul community family. So however that seems to resonate, however that seems to come through as I have been speaking, take it. If it's still kind of feeling muddled, sit with it for a while, do whatever personal work that you have to do. But there's an overall sense of you can open a door or be a door, but there's a sense of opening up a portal. Portal is the word I'm looking for. This door feels very much portal-like as far as what is available in the other realm, what is available as a connection, as a go-through, what's available to you. So however this resonates, whatever you traditionally do, whatever research you need to do to further this and deepen this, this is something that is available to you. This inner message is where it can lead you, and how it can lead you to a portal, and what that means to you is subjective to you and your personal experience, especially whatever message that you may have already received. But this is energy that is available to you as we end or close the month of August, as we move from the middle of August to the end of August. This is something that's available to you should you decide that you want to partake in it. Essentially, there is some ancestor very individual connections available to you. There is an opportunity for a portal available to you should you decide that you want to embark on this journey and dive into this work. This is something that you can participate in. All right, Taurus, that is all I have for you for this mid-month check-in. Be sure to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs for a more well-rounded, generalized perspective. If you're looking for something that's a bit more personalized to you and your situation, be sure to check out the description box for links to my website and Etsy shop. Other than that, I hope you have a very blessed and blooming month for the rest of August, and hopefully I will see you in a future video.